third graders, it's me, Snail. I'm so happy to be here with you for technology class. Yay! Okay, let me get Miss Erica. Hang on. Hello, third graders. Welcome to technology class. This is week 37. I hope everybody's doing well. And we are moving right along with our coding this week. And so I wanted to just share the plan that I have with you guys. And hopefully it'll work out, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So this week we're going to be learning about conditionals, and there are lesson 12, 13, 14, and 15 all have to do with conditionals. Now we're not going to go through all of those on this video because that would be way too long, but I am going to start going through them, and then I'll have the additional ones be bonus. So that means you can get extra points, just like we did I think it was last week that we did that, or the week before. And then next week, even though I know I normally send these videos out on Thursday, we're still going to, so next Thursday, there's actually no school, but I'm still going to do I'm going to talk about lesson 16 and 17. So I'll send it out to you guys and then you can work through it. And then in our last week, we're going to make it to the end of course project. And that'll just be a fun project that I'll show you guys, and probably it'll be like a bonus. Okay. So I'm trying to just add in some bonuses here because I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of code that you feel like you have to do it. But there will definitely be certain lessons that you do have to do. They'll just be shorter. And then anything longer will just be extra. Okay, so you can get some extra bonus points. So let's move right into our lesson. So we're up to lesson 12, and we're learning about conditionals. So there is a little video here. So I'm going to actually shut off my video and I'll let you guys watch this video.
This is a conditional block. The code inside a conditional block runs if a condition is true. In puzzles with conditionals, we might want to check a condition like if path ahead. This code will only move forward if there is a path ahead. You can use conditionals in lots of different ways, like this or this.
Okay, so hopefully that helps you to get a little introduction to conditionals. So if you do your homework, then you get 100. Else, you get a 0, right? Or if you could plug anything in, right? If you eat too much candy, you get a stomachache, right? So there's always conditionals that we can make anything up with conditionals. So let's try with this level. So it says, the cloud is blocking the view. There could be a flower under this cloud. If there is a flower, the bee will need to collect nectar once. If there is not a flower, the bee should do nothing. Take a good look at the code below. What do you think will happen after you click run? So let's see, it says repeat 3 times, move forward. 1, 2, 3, if at flower, get nectar. The bee will move to the cloud and try to get nectar no matter what. The bee will move to the cloud and only try to get nectar if there is a flower underneath. The bee will move to the cloud and then do nothing no matter what. So it sounds like the one that makes the most sense would be B. So let's see here. Yay, great job. Okay. More clouds. Check underneath every cloud to see if it is hiding a flower before you get nectar. If there is a flower underneath the cloud, the bee will need to get nectar once. Remember, not all clouds hide the same thing. Okay, so what are we doing? Well, first we need to move forward. And then we need to turn right just to get to the path. And then we need to move forward. And then we're moving forward. And then we need an if block. And then if we're at a flower, we're going to get nectar. And we're going to be doing that 1, 2 times because there's 2 clouds. So let's try this out and let's see what happens. Yay, great job. So our first time using conditionals. And there actually weren't any flowers under either cloud, so none of our conditions were true.
You can only collect nectar from flowers, but you can check any space to see if there is a flower. If there is a flower under any of these clouds, the bee will need to collect nectar once. So we're moving forward. If we're at a flower, then we're collecting nectar. So let's just use our repeat block. We're going to be moving forward. If we're at a flower, we're going to get nectar. So how many times will we do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Let's put in the 7, and then let's watch them go.
Oh, there goes the bee. Oh, it looks like there was some nectar in some of those flowers.
Yep, great job. In this puzzle, we know that every flower has exactly 1 nectar, but the flowers aren't spaced evenly. Get all of the nectar using as few blocks as possible. So it looks like we're doing pretty much a similar thing, right? So we could repeat. We could, if we're at a flower, we have to move forward. If we're at a flower, then we're going to get nectar. And how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So let's try it out. Okay. Yay! All right, we did it. Collect all of the nectar using as few blocks as possible. So our first thing we can do is similar to what we've been doing. We'll repeat and we'll move forward and we'll use our conditional block. So if we're at a flower, we'll get nectar. So how many times to get this right here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we need to think about, we have to change direction. So then we're going to be here. We're going to need to turn left. And then we're going to move forward, and then turn left again. Move forward, turn left. And then we're doing our repeat block where we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move forward. If we're at a flower, then we're going to get nectar. And how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times should be enough. So let's test this out and see what happens. So we're trying to use the conditionals to see. We did go over the amount of blocks, which is okay, but we probably could have just stuck another repeat block in there for the move forward. Okay, now I just want to make honey. Some of these clouds might have a honeycomb under them. Be sure to check if a honeycomb is hiding behind each of the clouds. If there is a honeycomb, the bee will only need to make honey once. So we're going to move forward. If we're at a honeycomb, we're going to make honey. And then we're going to turn left. And then we're going to move forward. And if we're at a honeycomb. So I think it looks like we're pretty much repeating this 2 times. So I'm just going to stick this into a repeat block. And just put 2. Okay. Yeah! Congratulations! All right, let's watch this other video about the if-then block.
This is a conditional block. The code inside a conditional block runs if a condition is true. In puzzles with conditionals, we might want to check a condition like if path ahead. This code will only move forward if there is a path ahead. You can use conditionals in lots of different ways, like this or this. What if you want something else to happen if a condition is false? You can use an if-else block for that. This code will move forward if there is a path ahead. Otherwise, it will turn left. Your code will either move forward or turn left, but never both. This is helpful if you want your code to make decisions based on certain conditions. Here are some more ways you can use conditionals in if-else blocks.
Okay, so we'll be using actually a lot of the levels to come use these in them. So it's helpful because instead of like having to do every step, you're kind of just setting a conditional so the computer knows, oh, all right, I'll just keep moving forward. And then if I like hit a wall, I'll go left, you know? And so that can be helpful. All right, so sometimes a cloud covers a flower, sometimes it covers a honeycomb. Use the if-else block to collect nectar at flowers and make honey at honeycombs. Remember, if there's a flower, the bee only needs to get nectar once. If there is a honeycomb, the bee only needs to make honey once. Okay, so we're going to be moving forward. And then if we're at a flower, we're going to get nectar. Else, we're going to make honey. And we're going to do this 2 times because it looks like it's 2 times. So let's give it a try and let's see what happens. Oh, you can only make honey at a honeycomb. So we actually made a little mistake here. Oopsie doops. We made a little mistake. Okay, so I think that the order that we did it is actually wrong. They want you to do it this way. So we just move forward. And then we're only doing it at the one cloud because there wasn't multiple. So now let's see if it actually works. Okay, perfect. It worked. Okay. Look carefully at the code below. What do you think will happen after you click run? Remember, there will only ever be one honeycomb or one flower behind each cloud. So let's see here. This says repeat 3 times. Move forward. If at a flower, get nectar. If at a honeycomb, make honey. So it looks like it'll do that 3 times. So the bee will get nectar at each flower and make honey at each honeycomb. The bee will try to get nectar from both flowers and honeycomb. No, try to get honey from both flowers and honeycomb. I think I'm going to go with A.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, perfect.
Great job. Okay, let's see. This is a challenge puzzle. Oh dear. Super challenge. There will be either a flower or a honeycomb under each of those clouds. Collect nectar once if there is a flower. Otherwise, make honey once because there is a honeycomb. Okay, so let's try and think. We're going around in a square. We're going around in a square. So we're move forward. And then we're going, so move forward, move forward, move forward. So we're doing that 3 times. Move forward, move forward, move forward. Then if we're at a flower, we're getting nectar, else we're making honey. And we're also turning right. And it's a square, so we know that we're doing it 4 times. I don't know. I'm trying my best thing at this. Woohoo, it worked. Great job. Okay, collect all of the nectar or make all of the honey. You can only collect nectar from flowers and make honey from honeycombs. Check any space to see if there is a flower or honeycomb. There will only ever be one flower or one honeycomb behind each cloud. So we know that we're going to move forward. And if we're at a flower, we will get nectar. Otherwise, we're going to make honey. And we're going to be repeating all of that. Let's count how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So we'll put in the 7 and we'll run it.
Let's see what happens. Ooh, I see a lot of flowers. I see a lot of honeycombs. It's working.
Ooh, great job. Okay, we have one more level in this lesson. Conditionals can be helpful. Even when you know exactly what is in each spot, collect all of the nectar and make all of the honey. So now this time it's been revealed to us, but wouldn't it be easier to just keep using the conditional instead of having to separately code everything, right? So we could just do that. We could just say, if we're at a flower, get nectar, make honey, and then repeat how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So now let's see what happens. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move on now. I'll just show you a little bit. So in this particular lesson 13, we're using this, except we're now the farmer, right? So it says, hi, I'm a farmer. I need your help to flatten the field on my farm so it's ready for planting. Move to the pile of dirt and use the remove block to remove it. So we have to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then after we do that, then we have to remove the pile. So you'll see what happens. And she removes it. Great job. Okay. Move to the hole and fill it with 6 shovelfuls of dirt using the fill block. So we're going to move 1 square forward, and then we're going to repeat using the fill block, and we're doing it 6 times. So we're using our repeat block. And then she's filling it up with 6 times. So pretty easy. The first couple of levels are pretty easy. Move to the pile of dirt and tell me how many shovelfuls to remove. Use as few blocks as possible to solve this puzzle. So she's going to move forward and then move forward. And then we need to figure out, she's going to, it says move to the pile of dirt, tell me how many shovelfuls to remove. Well, let's see, I'm looking if there's like a little number. It looks like it says 10. The number is so small, I can't even see it. Okay, so let's give it a try now. Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. We did too many move forwards. Okay, so move forward and then repeat 10. And then now it looks like it said 10, which it's very microscopic, the number, but it looked like a 10 to me. Okay, correct. Great job. Okay, let's watch this video about the while block.
While loops are pretty similar to what you do in everyday life. Imagine you are washing your car. You will keep scrubbing until it's clean. So while it's not clean, continue to scrub. So you're evaluating these things all the time. Hey there, we've got a new loop to help your farmer out. It's called a while loop. It's pretty simple actually. While a statement at the top is true, do something. For example, while there's a pile, remove 1 shovelful. Go ahead and give it a try with your farmer.
Okay, so let's give it a try. All right, so it says, look closely at the code below. What will happen after you click run? It says move forward. While there is a pile, remove. So nothing will happen. We know that's not true. The farmer will never stop removing dirt. The farmer will remove dirt as long as there is a pile, then stop when the pile is gone. And I would say that's the correct answer. So, excellent. Good job. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to skip to lesson 14 because I'm trying to just, so if you would like to finish the rest of lesson 13, you can get some bonus points. I'm going to move now into lesson 14, until loops in maze. So it says, get the angry bird to the pig. So in this lesson, we really can see we need the repeat block a lot, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 times we're moving forward. And then we're going to turn left. And then we're going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 times again. And then, so I'm doing this kind of the longer way, just to show you an example of, I mean, this could be even longer. And then we're turning left again. So let's see if it's also 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's also going to be 4. So actually we're doing this. It's one of those loops inside of a loop. We're actually repeating 3 times. We're moving forward 4 times and turning left. So it's called a nested loop, where you put a loop inside of a loop. Don't worry about it if it doesn't make any sense to you. We're actually not even going to be using that today. We're going to be learning about the repeat until block, which is very helpful. So let me show you guys the video.
Every athlete knows that you get good by practicing, by repeating the same moves until you get really good, or until you reach your goal. When I was in high school, I wouldn't leave practice until I made 10 free throws in a row. Similarly, when you get to a computer program and repeat a command, you can give it an exact number of times to repeat. Or you can define a goal and tell it to repeat the command until it reaches some goal. In the next example, the repeat block is changed. Instead of specifying how many times you want it to repeat, you can use the repeat until block to tell the Angry Bird to do the same thing until it gets the pig or until it crashes into a wall. And again, we can put multiple blocks inside the loop and repeat a series of actions.
Okay, so this can be super helpful. So I'll show you guys in an example of how we could use this. So let's look at this code. It says repeat until we get to the pig. While the path is ahead, move forward and then turn left. So do you see this is the same puzzle that we had before, except instead of using all of those repeat blocks, we're just telling the computer, keep moving forward. As long as your path is going straight, keep going straight. And then when it's not going straight anymore and you need to turn, in this puzzle, we know it's all left turns. So we're telling the computer to turn left. So in this one, it will make it to the pig. Because we already know that because we just solved this puzzle before, right? Except now we're using an easier way. We're using the while block. Okay. So awesome with that. Let's try one on our own. So get the bird to the pig. So what could we do? Repeat until. What is the pattern here? Well, we're moving forward and then we're turning right and then we're moving forward and then we're turning left and then we're moving forward. So we're moving forward and we're turning right and we're moving forward and we're turning left. Let's see if that works. It's kind of like a stair pattern. And it just keeps following the same pattern until it gets to the pig, right? And then we solve the puzzle. Dear person, me zombie, me hungry, must get to sunflower. Oh, I love the grammar on that zombie, right? Can you get the zombie to the sunflower using only the blocks that are available? So let's see, we know we're going to be repeating until we get to the sunflower. So while our path is ahead, we can move forward. And so we can move forward. And then we're going to be turning left and then turning right. So we'll be turning left. And then while path is ahead, we'll be turning right. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I do? I put the wrong thing in there. We'll be moving forward. Let's try it out this way. Let's see if this does it. So they're following the conditions that we just set.
Oh, I wonder if it's going to work. It looks like our zombie might get to the sunflower. This is so much fun. Woohoo. Oh, there he goes. Great job. Okay, should we try one more? Use the if block to help the zombie decide when to turn. Then get the zombie to the sunflower. So repeat until while the path is ahead, move forward. If the path is to the left, turn left. Is it only left turns? Left turn, left turn. There's only left turns in this one. Left turn, okay.
Brains.
So let's see what happens. There goes our zombie. And zombie is getting to, woohoo, great job. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, if you would like to finish the rest of lesson 14, you can also get, so I'll give you guys, let's see. So lesson 13, 14, I'm just writing 5 points. So if you finish those, you could get, now you're up to getting an extra 10 points. And now let's move on to the last one, lesson 15. So here's lesson 15, harvesting with conditionals. So I'm going to put the video on for that. So let's see here. I'm going to put the video on. So the harvester. Here we go, the harvester.
This is the harvester. She runs a big farm and needs your help to pick the crops that are ready to be harvested. Use the move and turn blocks to get the harvester from crop to crop. Then, use the pick blocks to collect all of the corn, lettuce, and pumpkins. The bottom right corner will show you how many are available at that spot. If you see more than one, you'll need to pick the crops multiple times in the same square. Keep an eye out for sprouts. You won't know what crop those are or how many there are until the program is run. So your code may need to check what kind of crop is there before picking it. The sun is shining and it's time to harvest. Let us get started.
Let us get started. How funny is that? Right, Snell?
That was so funny. Let us get started. Did you guys get the joke? You could start saying that. Let us, oh my gosh, I took my mask off. Let us get started.
Okay, so this time we're harvesting. So corn, you help me harvest today. They have some funny little jokes in here. How corny is that? Corn, you help me. Help the harvester check her row of corn to see if anything is ready to pick up. Use conditionals to look at each sprout. Every stalk will have either 0 or 1 places of corn ready to harvest. Okay, so let's see here. We have a lot of things we can use. So, while the path is ahead, we can move forward. And if there is corn, we will pick corn. Okay. So let's just see what happens when we do that. Oh dear, that definitely didn't work. So we definitely did not do that correctly, or that was me. Okay, so that was definitely my fault. So yeah, while the path is ahead, we're moving forward. If there's corn, we're picking corn. But we need to see how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we're repeating all of this 5 times. Let's see if it works this time. Oh. Okay, I definitely did not do it right. Sorry about that. I'm really... Okay, so I think the problem is that we're not supposed to use this because it just keeps moving forward. We have to do it 1 step at a time. A little bit tricky here. Okay. Oh, now it's working. Okay, so it actually would just move forward if there's corn, pick corn. Oh, goodness, you really have to use your brain for this. A lot of brain work here. Let's try another one. Lettuce, collect both crops from this row. This garden is all mixed up. It has both corn and lettuce. Help the harvester pick the items that are ready for harvesting. Each plant will have either 1 corn or 1 lettuce. Oh no, the light shut off. All right, so what are we doing this time? So we're repeating, moving forward. If there is a corn, then we are picking corn. Otherwise, we're picking lettuce. Let's try and see if that works. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. How many times are we repeating it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times we're repeating it. Okay, let's see. Oh, no wonder. So we actually, it didn't realize. So we actually forgot that this is wrong here. If there's corn, pick corn. Else, if there is lettuce, pick lettuce. Otherwise, it doesn't know what to do. So I think that's what it is. There we go. Now it knows. So it is a little bit tricky with these conditions, that's for sure. But don't worry about it. So I think with this level, we'll definitely, this one will be a bonus too. So I would say, gosh, so 5 points, 5 points. You could get an additional 15 points bonus if you can finish the rest of these levels. And so that'll be good practice for you guys. And then I'll show you where we will be at. Then after lesson 15, then the next time we meet, we'll be up to binary. And so that's the second to the last, because we're skipping digital citizenship because we already did that with our internet safety. So your homework is to finish lesson 12, the entire lesson. And then if you would like to get bonus points, you could do, if say you're like, oh, you know what, I just want to do lesson 13. Or maybe you really want to do lesson 15. You could choose, pick and choose. Like if you just want to do one and get 5 points, or you want to do all 3 and get 15, it's really up to you. Okay, so we'll just give you guys, you have a free choice there, whatever you'd like to do. But you definitely need to do lesson 12. Okay, so that's your homework because that'll be the one that I'll count as like credit. Okay.
All right, guys, thanks for coding with us, and we'll see you guys next time. You really use your brain today, so maybe stand up and take a big stretch because it can be exhausting.
Yeah, Snell is right. Take a big stretch and go drink some water. And good brain work today. We'll see you guys next time, all right? Bye, guys.